Dobra. To jest. A chyba jesteśmy live. Sorry. Okay, everything seems to be working. Now, let me set up everything. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we can start now. So, oh, I don't have a camera. Okay, today without the cam. I hope nobody minds. So the goal of today like session is to finish this fifth, actually yeah, it's fifth, this laboratory of entity and sentiment analysis with the natural language API. As always, let's come to the overview. The natural language API lets you extract entities from text, perform sentiment and syntactic analysis, and classify text into categories. In this lab, you learn how to use the natural language API to analyze entities, sentiment, and syntax. Okay, that's pretty basic usage. Shouldn't be any problem at all. So now let's come to the setup and requirements. Okay, we covered that already multiple times. It's pretty easy. Okay, next. Let's come to the first task actually. Since you use curl to send a request to the natural language API, you must generate an API key to pass in your request URL. Okay, standard procedure. Just press the Start Lab. Then open the Google Cloud Console on the new incognito, in a new incognito window. Okay, move it to the right side. Now copy the credentials right there. They are below this image. Okay, next. Now copy the password. Okay, I understand. Okay, of course, work aside, accept the terms of servicing, agree and continue. Okay, we're set up. Okay, so the timer started running. We are 1 minute in. So yeah, let's start. Create an API key. Select the navigation menu, and then APIs and services, then credentials. Okay. We've done that multiple times. Okay, now what we should do, click create credentials and select API key. Okay, here, and API key. Okay. Okay, the key got generated. Now copy it and close. Then check my progress. Okay, we've created the API key. Yes, assessment completed. And now in Export to perform next steps, please connect to the instance provision for you via SSH. Okay, so this time instead of using the Cloud Shell as usual, we have to use the Linux instance in the virtual machines tabs. So where is it? Let me find it. Oh, it's right there in the compute engine. Of course, it was all written right there. I'm dumb sometimes. Okay, never mind. Click navigation menu, then select compute engine. You should see the provisioned Linux instance. Compute engine. Okay, press the V in virtual machine instances. Oh, the Linux instance is already running. Okay. Now press on the SSH button. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay, and now on. In the command line, enter in the following, replacing your API key with the key you just copied. Okay, right here, export API-key equals our key. Okay, that's all in this task. Next, make an entity analysis request. The first natural language API method you use is analyze entities. With this method, the API can extract entities like people, places, and events from text. To try it out, the API's entity analysis, use the following sentence. Okay, so this is the sentence we will be working on. So now on, let's write nano request.json. Okay, now I'm fine, copy that and paste right there. Okay, save and now close. Okay, so in the request JSON there are only 4 fields: the document, the type, the content, and below them encoding type. Okay, that is valid. Next, in the request you are telling the natural language API about the text being sent. Supported type values are plain text or HTML. In content you pass the text to send to the natural language API for analysis. The natural language API also supports sending files stored in cloud storage for text processing. If you wanted to send a file from cloud storage, you would replace content with GCS content URI and give it a value of the text file's URI in cloud storage. And the next, continuing, the encoding type tells the API which type of text encoding to use when processing our text. The API will use this to calculate where specific entities appear in our text. Okay. So in this task we only had to make the request file. Let's see, check my progress. Okay, that's true. Great. Now, third task, call the natural language API. You can now pass your request body along with the API key environment variable you saved earlier to the natural language API with the following curl command. Okay, copy that. Let's see how it looks. It has a path of Google API's language model. then analyze entities here, the provided function, and over our it uses also our API key as parameter, and then here's the content type, only it sends this script as a post request. Okay, that's pretty common usage. Okay, and now we can see the response using, we can like preview the response using this command get result.json. Okay, we got a general link, person, pen names, author JK is also a person, name British, type location, fantasy series. Okay, it gave us all the details about the Harry Potter book or storyline. So great. So now, if we done that, I guess it was all we have to do in this task. So we can now progress and check if we done it correctly. And yeah, we did. So now on, sentiment analysis with the natural language API. In addition to extracting entities, the natural language API also lets you perform sentiment analysis on a block of text. This JSON request will include the same parameters as the request above, but this time change the text to include something with a stronger sentiment. So now, the first step is to use a nano to replace the code in the request file, and feel free to replace the content below with your own text. Okay. So our task is to change the content type. What we can write there? I love JavaScript. I think it's the best language. Okay. Wait. I have to place the dot at the end of the sentence, I guess, to make it valid for the API. Okay, now we save it. I hope you know that's a joke with this JavaScript, don't worry. And now, okay, we save that. Next is send the request to the APS analyze sentiment endpoint. Okay, analyze. So I have to change the analyze entities in the curl call with the analyze sent. Okay, and now here you place a dual dot. How do you name it? Divider? Oh, damn it. I forgot. Totally forgot. How to name it? The colon. Is the colon. Okay. My bad, sorry. Okay, so now so we are progressing along. Now let's see what will be our response over this call. Wait a second, let me just copy that. Don't know why, but I feel like I messed up something. Okay, now I copied it, and you can see the output of our API call. Now don't be alarmed if your scores differ slightly than the example output. So yeah, document sentiment, magnitude 1.8, score 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, begin after 19, 0.8, 0.8. Okay, now we will understand what this field does mean. What these fields do mean. Okay, it should be named like that. So yeah, notice that you get two types of sentiment values. First is sentiment for the document as a whole, and sentiment broken down by sentence. Okay, that's right. And now the sentiment method returns two values. The score is a number from -1 to +1.0, indicating how positive or negative the statement is. Next is magnitude, is a number ranging from 0 to infinity that represents the weight of sentiment expressed in the statement, regardless of being positive or negative. Okay. So now on, longer blocks of text with heavily weighted statements have higher magnitude values. The score for the first sentence is positive 0.7, whereas the score for the second sentence is neutral 0.1. Okay, next task, analyzing entity sentiment. In addition to providing sentiment details on the entire text document, the Natural Language API can also break down sentiment by the entities in the text. Okay, so now the new task is to access the API over this text right there. So let me just open the request.json file inside our editor. Now delete every content in it and paste the new copied content. Okay, save, don't rename it, and close. Okay, now we have the goal is to call the new function over the curl script, so we will copy that and see what will be the effect of this call. Curl, and we can see that we got some entities like sushi, then service, and the overall sentiment, I guess, and at rock bottom the language field. Now we can read that the score term for sushi was a neutral score of 0, whereas service got a score of -0.7. Cool. You also may notice that there are two sentiment objects written for each entity. If either of these terms were mentioned more than once, the API will return a different sentiment score and magnitude for each mention, along with an aggregate sentiment for the entity. Okay. Next, analyzing syntax and parts of speech. And it's all the same, but this time we have a new line or new content to like take on, and how to name it?
Explore.
Look into and study, yeah, analyze. So yeah, let's copy that and paste into our request.json file, save that, and this time we're calling the curl script but with analyze syntax function over it. Okay, so I copy that, Now enter, and yeah, we got pretty similar output to the one on the page. And let's see some kind of okay, so for example, this rolling field from the text we were researching, and we got the output of part of speech, tag, aspect, case, form, gender, mood, number, person, proper, reciprocity, tense, and voice. Okay, this is some weird, but the Google helps us figure out what's going on right there. So let's break down the response. The part of speech tells you what, that Joan is a noun. Okay, that makes sense. And then dependency edge includes data that you can use to create a dependency parse tree of the text. Essentially, this is a diagram showing how words in a sentence relate to each other. A dependency parse tree for the sentence above. A sentence relate to each other. A dependency parse tree for the sentence above would look like this. Okay, it's pretty helpful. I remember in the school when you had all those tasks to name a part of a speech over some fragment of a text, and it's pretty. I'm pretty happy seeing that API deals with it pretty well. Good job. Okay, none more of that. Let's come to the last task of this text, and this time we will use the multilingual accessibility over the natural language processing. Okay, so once more, edit the request JSON with the text here using these signs. I don't know what language that is. Okay, now save the request and close it. Okay, we have now all the. Okay, I'm pretty sure we already made this curl call at some point, because we are using the analyze entities as a function over the method. So let's see what we will get. Okay, we get back in the output some locations like Japan or Roppongi Hills, and here is the Tokyo, also Google here, with correct types already, so the API and our AI machine dealt with that pretty well. Okay, that's impressive. Okay, so what now? Congratulations, we learned how to perform text analysis with the Cloud Natural Language API by extracting entities, analyzing sentiment, and doing syntax annotation. Great! I guess we are pretty much okay. The score is 100 out of 100. We are ready to end the lab. Yeah. Oh, the rating started working. So yeah, let's give it like 5 stars. And write some comment like great. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's come to the next and see if we got our check badge. Yeah, of course. So that means we've come to the end of the stream. It's pretty late right now, I have to wake up early. But I'm pretty sure we will finish that, like this course, and get the badge within the 2 days or maximum. Let's take a time to the end of the week, because we are pretty much on the end. And next I will think what course I should take on next, and I think the machine learning is a topic that I will and I would like to stay on. So follow for more content of that. And for today it's all. See you next time. Bye.
You could be.
I'm not traumatized at all. Where is he?
Oh my god, that's so traumatic.
I mean, he's going through the whole entire thing. He's going through. Oh! Oh!
Good job, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Happen now and
Yeah. But I have a quick question first. Did you fart?